Guys, Poco is dropping in their final trump card of this year, and yes, you heard it right, it's the Poco M4 Pro. And the Poco M3 Pro really is a very popular one among the youth, and this one just might succeed it. Don't you think? We'll find it out.
Poco M4 Pro 5G.
So hi guys, it's me Mitch 002 of Xiaomi Review, and welcome back to my channel. So guys, we've already unboxed the Poco M4 Pro, and yeah, the design is a little bit similar to that of the Poco M3 Pro. You can see that the large Poco logo is over here, and it almost is very similar in terms of design, except of course the camera bump. Right now it is sporting a 50MP camera, which is definitely an upgrade, and of course a bigger screen. You can see here, I'm quite a bit impressed with the way that Poco has released this one. It has the MediaTek Dimensity 810, and it is packed with 5G capability, and not just one 5G but dual standby 5G, which is probably the new in thing as we follow the trend in the mobile industry. Now, as I check some benchmark here on Antutu, we got 335,000 points, which is not really that high but not really that low for a benchmark of this caliber. Now, taking a quick look at another benchmark, which is called the i22 benchmark, 67,000 points. Now, it's a surprise for me that this phone got a level 1 wideband security here on their info, which is, well, really surprising. Now you can watch HD on this one. Now, swiping left and right on this phone, it's really enjoyable. I can say that it's really smooth. It's because this phone has a 90 Hz refresh rate. And what's nice about this one, it can dynamically switch between 50, 60, and 90 Hz on its own, depending of course on your requirement. Now, it has a 6.6-inch FHD plus 1080p display, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. But of course, it's not really the latest in the industry. But of course, having this price point might have some little compromises. Now, taking this one outdoors, I can say that, well, it's not really the brightest since it only has a 450 nits of screen brightness. Reading it under the direct sunlight, well, I can still read it, but not as clear as those phones with 800 nits, 900 nits, and 1000 nits, of course. This phone also has a 240 touch sampling rate, and the color variant on this one, it has 3 choices: Poco Yellow, Cool Blue, and Power Black. I have the Power Black here on my hands. Now, I did try to watch some videos on this phone, and to be honest with you, it's not really the best in the industry among the smartphones, but given that the price point is this affordable, but sometimes I can say that there are some little compromises, and but I can say that the display is nice when you're not reading, watching it outdoors. It's good. The max brightness is 450. Was able to watch some nice videos and movies over here on this phone, and well, I did enjoy it. And it has dual speakers, which is a bonus for people like me who watch a lot of videos on YouTube and Netflix. It gives me that better experience when you're using the loudspeaker and watching some NBA basketball games on this one is definitely very enjoyable. Now this phone is running on the Android 11 platform, and of course it is sporting the MIUI 12.5 for Poco, and I did play some games on this one. My favorite game is of course Call of Duty. Playing this game is really nice, and these are the settings that can be unlocked. And well, during the gameplay I can say that it was well playable, nice, and of course not the best of course game experience that I played, but it's still playable. I can say that I did feel some frame drops, I did feel some lags, but overall maybe on some future updates it might get corrected. And of course what I like about this one is the loudspeaker is pretty loud, and you can hear the gunshots from the gameplay. It's really nice. It was giving me that immersive experience while playing this game. Now if you don't like using the loudspeaker, there's a bonus. You still have the 3.5mm audio jack on this one. You can always plug in your favorite headphone. Now guys, let's try to focus a little bit on the camera of this phone. I do not know why Poco has to take away the third eye on this one. It only has two camera modules on this one, and well, phones these days normally sports triple camera, quad camera, or even penta camera, but they went a little step back, back to having dual camera. And I can say that it has the 50MP aperture 1.8 main lens and the 8MP ultra wide lens. Of course, the front is a 16MP shooter. Well, sometimes they say that the camera modules isn't really that much of a big difference as long as you have the main sensor as well, the best performing one, having it being integrated fully and optimized with the UI. Come on, let's check some photos on this one. Now guys, I was able to take in some nice photos outdoors, indoors, and I can say that, well, it's legit, and some little enhancement from the AI make it look a little bit better than when you're turning off the AI, of course, on this one. And I can say that there are still some grainy shots when you're taking some low light shots indoors, but of course, and you just really need to give it a little lighting to give it that better shot at night. Taking a look at some selfie photos, I can say that it's nice, and of course taking outdoor shot is no problem at all, and of course taking indoor shots, low light indoor shots is good, but there are still sometimes it's a little bit grainy. Now let's focus ourselves on some videos on this one. I can say that the rear and the front camera can take in some really legit and decent videos on this one. I can say that some of these are really punchy, really nice. Okay, so this one I can say that you can probably have this as your entry-level vlogging phone. Well, yeah, I mean it. Now this phone has an industry standard of 5,000 milliampere hours of battery pack inside this one, and it can support up to 33 watts of fast charging. Now I did drain this one down to 70%, charging back up to 100. it took me an hour and 3 minutes just to complete the whole task. Now, it's not really that slow, not really that fast, but of course, it's just the right time, of course, using that 30 watts charger. But of course, if Poco can give you that better charging, well, it would probably boost it up to 30 to 40 minutes using a 66 watts fast charger. Now, after checking the charging time, I did try to check the draining time. And using the PC Mark battery stress test, it was able to squeak out a amazing, take note, amazing 17 hours and 47 minutes. Now, I can say that this processor is really optimized. And yeah, I did start the day at 8 o'clock in the morning. Use this for basic social media, basic YouTube, running some quick games, Call of Duty, checking some of my accounts on email, taking some phone calls. And at the end of the day, at around 7 in the evening, I still have around 37% of battery inside my phone, which is, of course, really, yeah, not bad. Now, guys, I still don't have the price of this phone, but I'll be posting the official link on where you can buy this one, the Poco M4 Pro. And I can say that it's almost a good upgrade over from the M3 Pro from Poco. And I can say that the phone, it looks a little bit bigger this time around. And of course, well, it's definitely a big upgrade. And what I don't really like is that they took away that telephoto lens, which is sometimes for me quite important for zooming. Now, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos here from my channel. And I hope to see you on the next one.